Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Intel Extreme Masters San Jose Qualifier. Not too many games left going on at the moment. Several players have already made it to the round of 8 and therefore have ensured their qualification for the second stage of qualifying tomorrow. They include Dignitas Bling and MYI's Saxry, so congratulations to them. There are a couple more up and down the bracket as well, which I will tell you about after this series. But for now, we're actually hopping mid-series into a PVZ. We're spawning in the top left position of Deadwing, currently one game up in this best of 3 series, representing Team Liquid.Net. It is Mana. And his opponent spawning in the bottom right hand side, representing AT Gaming. As the yellow Zerg player, it is Elazer. And, well, we have a gas followed by a spawning pool coming out here from Elazer reasonably quickly in this game. So we'll keep an eye on if he wants to be doing anything very aggressive early on. It looks like we could be seeing a very early speed come out of him here. But we have got the probe already on his way from Mana, and we'll be able to spot that Elazer is in fact in this bottom right hand position. We'll in fact see that the gas is being mined and that the spawning pool will basically be complete by the time he gets there. We're starting with the Forge first here on the low ground for Mana. That's about to complete, and looks like he's going to finish off his wall and try and grab that Nexus. And well, Mana also going to be putting down a pylon to block the natural expansion, but now spots, hang on a second, there's a gas here. This could be slightly worrisome. Nexus is going to go down anyway, but he's going to be quite focused at the moment on defense. Cancel the pylon for the minerals so that he can get stuff back home as soon as possible. Needs to be getting this wall up pretty quickly here. Speed's already started, the first 4 lings are on the way. That is the first photon cannon from Mana. He needs to be safe from this impending attack. The Zergling is going to spot the probe and to try and stop it as much as he can. And, well, nice that the drone stayed completely out of sight until the probe went away, but it's not like Mana wants to be using his minerals right now on the opposite side of the map, with Zerglings already coming across. This cannon, though, it is going to finish up in time. He will be able to complete this wall. So I think things are just fine, and we're going to see a normalization from here. Both gases being taken from him as well, and a gateway about to complete behind this. What else is going on? Speed still not done. It's going to take roughly about another 10-15 in-game seconds before that completes here. And we see the first link moving out towards the Forge, will spot the photon cannon immediately, and immediately gets shot at and goes, hang on a second, I don't think I can take this out right this minute. And we don't have a Baneling Nest or anything like that. It's not like we're just going to try and charge through here. He's instead just going to be picking apart these back rocks for now. And Mana, once again, is comfortable, not too worried about this potential aggression. Number of workers, 20 to 26 at the moment in favor of Mana. So we do want to... ooh, very nicely done there, actually, by Mana. Seeing that there's no sentry out and that the lings are coming out to pick off the probe, immediately putting down a pylon to block instead. So none of these Zerglings are able to get in. The lings are now going to go back to picking apart the back rocks. And by that point, of course, we do actually need to see some form of unit coming out from Mana. We have another probe there sent to block it. It looks like the lings are going to come in and try and pick it apart again, but here comes a Zealot this time. And oh, the Zealot not quite able to let them keep them out of the base, though. We've got 3 Zerglings moving into the main here. That's going to be slightly frustrating for Mana, but 3 lings is not the largest amount I've ever seen inside a main base. Great initial pick off of a probe there, and oh, able to get 2 actually. The ones that were mining gas almost picking off a 3rd, and none of these lings have gone down so far. Nice zoning out by these probes, though. And that one, on low health is inside the assimilator right now. It looks like these lings aren't going to get any more kills, but really nicely done there to pick off 2 workers from Elazer. And now we have a sentry from Mana just tickling this Overlord to death outside the front. Also going to be showered with blood and guts in just a moment. There we go. Tasty! And, well, behind this we've got the Stargate coming out from our Team Liquid player. It's at the back near where the rocks were, and this Zergling has spotted it immediately. Also sees the pylon going down at the back here. Might even be able to pick off one more probe. Needs to be a little careful. Wow, he does actually get that worker, and Mana's now lost a 3rd worker as the 3rd base goes down for Elazer. Mana trying to return the favor with an Oracle, though. So we're going to be seeing that move across the map to try and kill off some more workers. The supply is currently 37-31 as far as harvesters is concerned in this game. And transitions from Elazer remain not completely clear at the moment. He's just going for his lair. He's keeping some of his options open. He's also starting a couple of spore crawlers. Now, don't forget, he saw that Stargate when it was in production, so he knew, hang on a second, in about a minute or so, I want to really be thinking about my anti-air here so that nothing untoward happens with my workers. So he's going to be able to defend against that. With the help of Queens, he shouldn't be losing very much here at all. And let's see how much this gets done. 4 more gateways being added now by our Protoss player. So Mana using the whole of that area behind his natural expansion to try and get as much damage done as possible. Now, the Spore Crawler's on the wrong side of this base at the moment, and it's not even built yet. We've got 3 workers, 4 workers gone down right now, and he should be able to get a 5th and 6th as well, possibly even a 7th. That Oracle has done pretty well, and Mana's able to get out there. So that was a massive, massive pick off there before the Spore Crawlers could get in place en route, and both of them are on this side right now. He wants it in the mineral line. There we go. And this Spine Crawler, pardon me, well, it wouldn't have finished anyway in time, even if it was a Spore Crawler, but very, very nice pick off there, and we have Mana coming in with a little bit of an attack. Those Zerglings caught the slightest hint of a Stalker, and now he can see 5 of them moving out. Is it going to be enough? Mana first, trying to take out the Overlords. The supply block Elazer doing a good job of that. It's 62 out of 54. That's got to hurt a little bit. And using Stalkers against these Zerglings exclusively right now. It looks like Elazer will be able to get a surround on them from the other side as well. And the Mothership Core forced to use that recall, moving back into the natural expansion. Spotting the pylon, he will be able to take that down as well. And now we have a lot of roaches flooding the field, and the +1 on the way. So we'll be keeping an eye out on that as well. Elazer nearly finishing up his lair here. And, well, this Oracle's going to have something to say about those Zerglings, but unfortunately the Army's going to have something to say about the Lings and Roaches. I don't really think this is a position where Elazer can make any sort of meaningful attack into the natural expansion of Mana right now, to be honest. And... uh-oh. And, you know, whenever you need those double Roach upgrades, you might as well go for a second Roach Warren. That has to be a mistake from Elazer here. I wonder if that was supposed to be a Hydralisk Den. We'll see if that ends up finishing. We've got Glial Reconstitution on the way now as he picks apart the back rocks, and we have the 4th hatchery coming down now as well. So, things looking okay at the moment. In fact, this Oracle sees everything as well. So, great scouting coming out of there from Mana. Doesn't see the second Roach Ward, which I think is actually going to complete here. So, well, there you go. I guess that's now a thing. So we'll see what building he actually meant to do. He is in fact going to be going for the double upgrade, so it was entirely deliberate. So Roach Burrow is going to be the play here. We said it was a possibility, but it's really something I don't see very often at all. I mean, building 2 Roach Warrens is just odd, and Mana has actually spotted there are 2 Roach Warrens now. So that has to be now on the menu for things my opponent could be doing. And we can see that burrow movement as well is on the way. Glial Reconstitution is about to complete. Is that a cannon? It is a cannon for detection behind these gateways here. So Mana suspects and is going to be able to hopefully hold this off with the vision granted by that photon cannon. These Lings continuing to hack away at the back rocks. I wonder if he's going to try and get straight into the main base that way. I think this cannon should just about be able to notice that there's a little bit of a something there if the Roaches go straight up, but it looks like we're not going to find out because we have a bunch of Roaches now getting pinned down at the 3rd. Great pick off of that pylon, actually. A lot of gateways unpowered right now, but fantastic force fields coming out of Mana as well, preventing these Roaches from going anywhere. Mana, though, very heavily supply block right now, picking off those pylons in the wall, meant he's actually at 102 out of 86 right now. However, it's not going to cause any sort of lasting damage. He had Photon Overcharge. He has plenty of sentries, a good army here inside his 3rd base location, and Mana's going to be able to continue undisturbed. He's also, by the way, at 64 workers versus 61 of his Zerg opponent. And here we go. This looks like a potential bust here. Is it going to work? Here come the burrowed Roaches. Unfortunately, they do get seen, but they're going underneath the force field into the 3rd base. The cannon sees everything. Is he going to be able to stop it? A lot of Roaches are actually dying long before they get into the main base. I'm not sure this is going to be enough here. Elazer's coming through, trying to win the game with numbers, but with the Photon Overcharge and additional Stalkers being warped in, this is going to comfortably be beaten back here by Mana. He's at 116 supply versus 115 of our Zerg player right now. And no additional units are inside the base. This Void Ray basically killed so much and destroyed the health of so many roaches before they got anywhere close, by the way, to being able to do damage inside the force field. So Elazer really trying to go ham on this attack, but unfortunately for him, it wasn't able to bust in. Now the supplies are basically even right now, but Mana is sitting on a comfortable 3 base, and he's gotten up to 70 workers. This Oracle actually going to be slightly annoying, but it's actually taking Elazer down to 75 workers right now, so it's not the world's biggest concern. Wow, we actually see a situation where the drones are burrow microing to avoid the Oracle. So both sides economically are okay. They both also just reached +2. And we've got Colossus tech coming out here from Mana. The Colossus Bay is mostly done now, and a couple of Void Rays as well, so with the potential to transition into a Void Ray Colossus endgame army. And dear oh dear, another Overlord goes down in this game, although that does not supply block Elazer at this point. And you don't really want to be equal supply with a Protoss as the Zerg player, if neither side is maxed out here. He's now moving out across the map, picking apart some of the creep troopers, just confining that creep specifically to the bases here, and it looks like this long distance mining might get seen by this army as well, forcing that base on the right hand side to get picked off, but nope, he's not interested. Mana's actually just going in for the kill right now. He says, actually, I think your bases are just mine at this point. What are you going to be able to do about it? The army supply is 83 to 94, and that's in the Protoss's favor. You don't want that to be in the Protoss's favor. There goes a hatchery, and he's actually moving swiftly towards taking across another base, and here comes a potential pincer. Fantastic force fields coming out. The Muta switch from Elazer against an awful lot of Stalkers, it has to be said, and a lot of those Mutas are actually going down before they can do substantial damage. Burrowed Roach is coming into the middle of this right now, and there's a massive fracas of units in the middle, a huge graveyard and a pit of bodies, but it's not going to be enough to break it. Mana holds the core of his army. GG, and he is going to win this series 2-0, advancing over Elazer.